Yo, what's going on, you guys? It's your boy Bill Mahari here, represent Mahari Nation Sports Podcast. Much love to the entire LDBC and the entire basketball community. All right, you guys want more basketball content? Tune into Basketball Conversations tonight at 9 p.m. Central Time is where we discuss, basketball related topics, news, debates, and everything else in the world of basketball. Plus, we're going to be going over the preview of the NBA Finals. When the finals of matchup has been going to be basically set, and I'll be looking going in about who I'm going to be expecting and what I'm going to see throughout that final series. But this video is going to be a little bit 3 days late because I've been busy with work and other things. So let's just get down to it. So on Tuesday, the Chicago Bulls, my favorite team, hired Billy Donovan as the new head coach, basically replacing Jim Boylan. Now, I don't mind this move at all because Billy Donovan has been a coach that has been really talented at developing young talent and really getting them to play to the best of their ability, and his relentless style is a kind of a tailor made for the Bulls at this point for this young core of a team. Now, when you look at the Bulls team right now, we do got a lot of good, hot, young pieces on that team. We still got Zach Levine, despite he's been on trade rumors. You got Kobe White, and you still got Roy Marketing on your squad there too. So you got some pieces there that that can really do something with it. But Billy Donovan's been successful as a coach. Going back to his days in Florida when he won back-to-back national championships, and then his first year with OKC, making it to the Western Conference Finals in 2016, and then leading the Thunder to the playoffs in every five seasons, and he won 60% of his games. But I'll tell you this. This is kind of a bit of a shame at the same time because, guys like Mark Jackson, guys like, Lionel Hollins and Sam Cassell, who's been a long time assistant under Doc Rivers for so many years, and Teron Lue are not been given any, interviews for coaching opportunities. And all of a sudden, Billy Donovan, gets another chance in Oklahoma City. I just didn't find that, very settling for me. But, at the same time, it is an improvement from Jim Boylan because let me tell you something. All right. Jim Boylan, when he was coaching in Chicago, made things very unbearable. All right. He was starting beats with, lot with Zach Levine. He was starting beats with a lot of people on the organization. And, when he was talking to the media, he just was so unpleasant to listen to because everything he says was just not genuine. And I think Arturas Kanishevich needed a guy that was going to get the best out of the young team players right now because the Bulls at this point they're looking for a coach that is trying to that is going to try to get the best out of those young players, and they felt that Billy Donovan could do that, even though Mark Jackson was proven he could do the same thing. So I just found that just sad at the same time because once again those guys that I named are not being mentioned in coaching opportunities. But in all sincerity, it's a much more of an improvement from Jim Boylan. I'll tell you that. Um, the Bulls as a franchise right now has been doormatted since Jordan and so as the Jordan era ended. All right, we made the Eastern Conference Finals only one time back in 2011 with MVP Derrick Rose with Tom Thibodeau as coach, and after that, Derrick Rose tore his knee, and the team slipped down under afterwards. And Jerry Reinsdorf has not been able to find a formula to duplicate the success that took place in the '90s, and so he's hoping that Billy Donovan, can at least start something, start a foundation. Because listen, Chicago is one of the top markets in the NBA. There's a lot of players that are going to love to play in Chicago, but the organization and the direction that they're going I just say have been going has not been most ideal. But so I think that to me, Jerry Reinsdorf is like is willing to go do anything to try to get the Bulls back into contention once again. You know what I'm saying? And personally, for me, I've been waiting to see this Bulls team, get back into their playoff ways and let us give us one more magical run to an NBA championship. Because Bulls fans, let me tell you something. Bulls fans have been starving for a championship since the Jordan era. All right. We've been waiting and we've been starving for a ring since we won six in the '90s. And because of that, we've seen a lot of bad things happen to our team. And you know what I'm saying? Through bad draft picks, bad signings, and then we had a brief resurgence in the mid 2000s with Heinrich and with Ben Gordon, and then you had the Derrick Rose era that really looked promising until the injuries came about, and then everything went down under after that. And so, you know, tell you the truth, Billy Donovan could really relate well to those young players in terms of what they're looking for, something that Jim Boylan was very obviously failing at to begin with. And so you knew at some point that Jim Boylan was going to be gone. It was just only a matter of when. But initially, there was reports that the Bulls weren't willing to let him go because they weren't willing to, spend more money and terminate another coach that would cost them more salary cap. But you know what? They pretty much said, you know what, we're just going to have to suck it up and just get a different coach that's really going to get us where we need to go. And so, salute to them for doing the right thing at once. But now we're going to see what they can do with this young team and see what kind of moves they can make during the offseason. They're not going to catch a marquee free agent. That's just the facts. But I think that when you look at where this Bulls team, has it right now, they have some promising pieces. It's only a matter of how are you going to get those pieces to click. What kind of system that Billy Donovan is going to help run to really get the best out of his team, and more importantly, what kind of direction that Arturas Kanishevich is going to take this team into where he wants to go. We've seen what he was able to do in Denver during that period of time, and now we're going to see what he can do to revise that Chicago franchise. I'll be anxious to see what happens, but it's really a brightening thing to see. But I'm only keeping myself on guard because we know what happened with this Bulls team and how bad things could get. So we'll see what happens with this hire, and we'll see what Billy Donovan can do in this situation. But tell me what you guys think in the comment section.